What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name's Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. I'm going to start right away from the upstairs craft room with the sugar shaming. I have her locked in here with me, so she's whining about it. Oh, oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, sorry about that. Here, let's say hello real quick, okay? Here we go. A little sugar shame time. He's like, "Did you bring me a treat or anything? No? Then let me out of this room, woman." Sugar. Oh, poor baby. Look at your poor baby. She's like, "Let me out, mom, let me out." They have McDonald's next door, so she's ready to run. All right, go ahead. There you go. I just figured Sarah reminded me I won't be able to sugar shame her as often from upstairs in the craft room, so I better get that out of the way. Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I am, as you can see, I have a little mini in front of me. That was just because that was what I was working on earlier. But let me go through my tools really quickly while we're here and I'll say hello to everybody in the chat. I've got my pen here from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the beautiful Satura pen. I love this thing. And in my multi-placer, I am using Putty Crackers, Putty Gold. The hard presser formula smells like Viva La Juicy. And then in my single placer, I'm using Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can find that on Etsy. And then my tray here is from Ephemera 3D. This is the Deep Six, the original Deep Six, but I'm obviously not going to turn it over because it's got diamonds in there. And then I am working on, oh, got a dog hair. I am working on the Butterfly edition from Paint Gem. You can pick yours up from Paint Gem, but the one I'm working on is the Tiger Mimic Queen right now. I've also today, I finished a few of them. I finished this one. I finished this one and that one and that one there. And so now I'm just kind of working my way through the rest of the stack that I have. I don't know. I'll probably pull Oleander out and play with her too, but I was not really trying to do anything too brain consuming for the live stream. It's so weird to be upstairs, back upstairs, I should say, in my craft space. It does sound a little empty. I feel like I need to add stuff to the walls because right now the walls are empty. But I'll get into that in a minute. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat already here. Hello, Heather. Hello, Kath. And hi, Liana. Hello to Shannon and Josh. Hello to Sarah. Shell. Hi, Shell. And who am I missing? Who am I missing? Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, 2001 Club Girl scent is the Viva La Juicy, or I don't know. It reminds me of a 2000s era Victoria's Secret scent. That's what it reminds me of. And I know I can't be that far off. Like those girls who would come out and try like literally a spritz of everything in the Victoria's Secret. I hated it because when you're standing in line, you've got people spraying themselves with scent and it's like I'd be just trying to buy my underpants, you know what I mean? And they're over here just giving me migraines. Like, can I buy my underwear and leave, please? Or bra or whatever? Nah. Nope. Gotta smell all the smells before you leave the cash register area. It was like, can you put this somewhere else, please? Because you're just tempting these girls to start spritzing themselves with 6 or 7 different things. Not the most fun. I need a baby monitor for Beans. Oh, trust and believe. I don't even lock the door because I know as soon as he gets back home, he's just going to shove his way through it anyways and break it. So I got it so he can just nose it open. This morning, he woke me up at like actually a little early because normally it's 10 a.m. Today it was 9:30. And I stayed up with him, did our stuff, did his walk. He took a poop. He was all happy, whatever. And then later on, I came in here to lay down for a nap and he laid under my desk. Like, this is all different. This used to be an open spot for me. I mean, there's still plenty of room for him, but Like button. Ooh, yes, the like button wants a boopness. Give that like button just a little boop. Hello, Amy. I'm here. I got you on the TV. Oh, sweet. Yeah, yeah. See, Sarah, I knew I couldn't be that far off. I could never go into like Bath and Body Works. I couldn't go into places like Victoria's Secret or places that had any of the tester scents out for people because it seemed like every time I would go in, I would end up with a migraine because everybody's just spraying everything. The only way that I can describe the smell is loud. Like the smells were loud. Everything was too loud. And in the 2000s, you had loud clothes, you had loud people, you had loud smells, just loud. And I don't mean like marijuana loud. I just mean like just loud. Too much. Too much. But what is everybody working on tonight? Like I said, I got my minis out today because I was like, well, let me pull this one out and finish it. I got a mini dazzle from Diamond Art Club with my last order. And I was like, I haven't pulled out a mini since probably, I don't know, March. I mean, my larger minis from Diamond Design Company, but those are a little different because uh they're a larger size. These are just partials, little itty bitty things. Hello, Marianne. Couldn't do that, but I could work at lunch. Make it make sense. Yeah. Woof. Goodness. Mm. But I trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna end up moving a mini fridge up here because come summertime, I know it's gonna be warm. So I'm gonna have to figure out probably some sort of cooling, whether that's fan or whatever. We'll have to see how it goes. But I've got two really good windows in here for cross breeze. So as often as I can keep it cool up here, I will. Working on Down the Rabbit Hole. Hello, Abby. Working on Lumina. All right. Well, then see, my butterflies are perfect. INTL. Okay. Got our Moraleses going on, and here I'm working on this mini. I'll probably just finish this. I've just got one more color, and then I am going to pull out Oleander. But I figured, let me finish this butterfly edition, at least this one that I'm working on, and then I can move on to other things. But I had it on the table, so it's like, meh, let's just do it. Especially when like my brain was not looking to add too much energy to anything specific today. Like, let's do something. Let's do something quick and easy here. Look at, all right. We got it done. It's very cute. Almost done with your Margaret. All right. Inside Watery Eyes, working on Dragon Spirit, and look at me working on Butterflies Edition. And y'all are all working on Margaret. Look at it. That's pretty darn good, I think. I think I like it. And then I've got these left. So the way that I work when it comes to minis, especially, I tend to work like kind of my least favorite to my most favorite. I'll do my most favorite last because I like saving the ones that I really, really want to do until the end. Sometimes I'll stick one in the middle, but this is what I've got left here. I've got these ones left over. I saved my most favorite of this set for the very last, and that's the green one. Ooh, so pretty. But yeah, so I've got these left to do. I'll work on those another time. Put those to the side here. Put them back in the little container thingy. And then I take my diamonds, and I put these along the bottom and just lay them down so I don't mix them up or get them lost. There we go. Boom. Look at that. Hello, Sujin. Still working on Christmas Candy Shop. That one is so good. So good. But yeah, we're going to put Butterfly Edition away for now. And we're going to grab Miss Oleander and play around with that for a minute. Move some things out of the way here. There we go. There we go. I've got everything so organized. It's weird. It's very weird. I'm all about being quick and easy. Yeah, girl. Okay, grab an oleander. Let's see. Oh, I should show you my progress. And I'll show you my progress later on Lullaby Touch. Okay. Let's grab down oleander from the door over there. Oh, yeah. Move some things. It's brighter up here because I have a light over there. I'm trying to figure out if it's too bright. If it's too bright, I might turn the bright. Well, let me see. Let me check something here. See if I like this better. Go back to how it is downstairs. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. I've got lights. I don't need the extra light on because it's too bright. It's almost like headache inducing bright. We don't want that. Hello, Shelly. All right. We've got our drills here and let's get started on a square. So what's everybody been up to this week? I have been obviously running my butt off. Like, maybe I'll turn it back so you guys can see better. There we go. There we go. I don't even know if it made a difference. I can't tell. But yeah, I've been busting my butt, getting things moved upstairs, back upstairs. For those of you who have been around the channel since the beginning, then you will remember this is actually where I started with recording for the channel. My daughter was away at college, and the way that the room was set up was different than it is now. Like, I'm not super embarrassed to show you around. Hold on, I gotta unplug something here, and then I'll kind of show you the room. Okay, so over there is my messy bed. How dare I not make my bed? But the bed was actually set up long way like this, okay? And where I am now, here we go. Where I am now, this desk was actually just two tables that look like that table right there. There was this table and another table that I kept my laptop and things like that on. And that was where I recorded, just on two tray tables at the end of the bed. I didn't have anything else up here. All of my other supplies were like kind of scattered. And now I've got it set up where I've actually got like a whole ass. Oh, and the chair that I was on before was legitimately from 1971. Bed rotting for a while. Yeah, honestly. So the chair that I was using was from 1971. So now I've got like an updated desk chair. But yeah, I've got a whole desk area now, like a battle station. I've got a shelf over here. I've got all sorts of room for my things. So like my recording space is actually like a real honest to goodness craft area. And there's my blank walls that eventually I will have some things on for you guys to look at. And then over here is the dreaded closet. Now, the closet space has all of my stuff in it. So like non-Diamond Art Club. Hold on. I got to turn the light on. I hope I don't blind you. There we go. Sorry. All right, and then I've got all my Diamond Art Club, all of my unboxed things, some storage there, but then all of my stuff that's not in boxes on these 3 shelves. But it is, oh, this right here, this tall stack, 2 stacks, those are just my Moraleses, my spare drill storage, and some other things for right now. But that's my closet space. Well, all right, turn the light off. All right, there we go. There we go. I hope I didn't make anybody too seasick moving too fast. I was trying to move really slow. And then that's my progress on Crystal from Ever After. She's coming along. And then this is my progress on Lullaby Touch. She's looking really good too. Just beautiful. But yeah, this is my little craft area. I'm very excited. It's very different from how the channel started. I'm like all grown up now, and I have a grown up adult workspace. Look at that. Tom Nook is coming for your knees. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Amber. But yeah, so I feel like I graduated to an adult workspace. You know what I mean? And that is really, really exciting. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to use my new Deep Six. This version of the Deep Six has a removable lid, which is really, really handy. And then it has the pour spout that you can put on, or you can just put a stopper in it, which I'm going to use the stopper for the moment until I need to pour things out of it. But I love this thing. Ooh, very nice. And it has the Ephemera 3D logo on the back. But look at that. I can put House of Miscellania right there. Ooh, like professional and things. But let's get to work on Oleander. I will show a picture so people can remember what she's supposed to look like. This is, oh, lamp in the way. This is Oleander by Margaret Morales. She is gorgeous. She is a 55.6 by 78.7 centimeters in round, 74 colors. Woo! Hello, Trish. Welcome. Hi, Divine. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that was a little mini tour of my space. Very exciting. It's I like feel like an adult person. You know what I mean? And I mean like a real adult person because one of my adult children had to like move out and have a space of their own in order for me to get it. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off because I am already kind of roasting and now it's covered in sugar hair. Which is, oh, that's the other benefit too. I feel like, hi, Glory. That's the other benefit I feel like also is less dust and dog hair and cat hair up here than there would be downstairs where it's very heavy high traffic and things like that. And so I'm thinking I will deal with a lot less animal hair up here, which I'm very excited about. Ugh. But yeah, so feeling like a grown up even. And I may do like before my like on my whip and chat or whatever, I might do a quick little tour of the space, etc. But the way things are set up currently, my maybe like tentative plan and tentative, guys, is I might do my 24-hour live stream would be dual camera, and one would be on the laptop's webcam, and then the other, if I can get it set up correctly, would be on like here. So you would see me and you would see my working because I don't know. I'm kind of one of the people that it's like if you're diamond painting, I want to see the diamond painting. Like great, your face is awesome and everything, but let me see what you're working on, you know? I don't know if anybody else is like that too, but um yeah, so I thought maybe for the 24-hour live. So then that way it'd be like really hanging out with me for 24 hours instead of just my hands. Hi, Sparkling Nana, welcome. For those who are unaware, Sparkling Nana is one of our lovely sponsors for Mary Morales. She's been working hard on some things. Not ready to tell you about quite yet, but we're getting very close from my understanding. Um, but yeah, so just looking forward to uh I'm not looking forward to summer. We're really gonna have to see how that goes. Did I just pull that out and I didn't need it? Yeah, pretty much. Um, I'm really looking forward to like the winter times are fine, but summer I am a little nervous about that, not gonna lie. Because it gets hot up here, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I was supposed to put the top on, but I didn't. I guess maybe we can just put that there for the moment. There. There we go. Flip it. But anyways, yeah, so I I have a lot that I'm really looking forward to in this space, you know? Okay, so I am going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to use a sparkler for square, but I'm going to use it for specials, and I think it'll be okay because I'm not going to use it in a bunch of places. Wait, I don't want to faff around with the tray too much, but I will leave this tray right here. So it still has my name on it. Yeah, we'll still leave that there. You almost melted up there that one summer. Yeah, that's the thing I'm kind of not looking forward to. I know I'm not going to be able to put an air conditioner in my window up here, but I think I may have a couple of solutions. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. Yeah, yes, divine. Thank you. I did do that logo. I'm very proud of it. I hope you like it too. Sparkling Nana. I had fun making it. We had some rejects because I was going grandma in too old of a direction, I think. And then she was like, "So I really like that, but I'm not that old." I was like, "Oh, snaps," because it was almost looking like a little Betty White grandma. And and then I was like, "Oh, let me do something a little younger for you." So I'm working on I wanted to add into the orange down in here. I put a few of these torch drills, and I feel like as long as I'm not doing them in a huge section, it should be fine. But they're really beautiful because they go from like orange to yellow to red. They're a really beautiful sparkler. And I wanted a little flash of something in those flowers. And I'm going to put them, I think, in her eyes as well. I got to put the rest of the torch ones back in here because currently they're in a bottle somewhere else, but I just needed a few of them. It's classy. Ooh, it is classy. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I wanted a little something. I'm gonna put them in her eyes. Because I didn't want to do much to this piece. I really do like the way that it was charted. I may sub maybe one or two other little things out, but nothing like not like what I did with Luntian, where I actually did like a whole lot of changing. I want to keep this one a little bit subtle, you know? But yeah, those of you who are joining us, let me know, what are you working on? What's happening? What's going on? I just finished working on a paint gem from the Butterflies edition. I wanted to get that finished before I pulled this out. I didn't have that much to do. It was a little bit, but yeah, it's it's strange but also lovely to be upstairs in my own space. I don't have to worry about, asking the kids to be quiet. I don't have to worry as much about what Beans is doing downstairs. We'll see when he gets home if he's gonna barge his big old barge head in here and try and take over. We'll have to see. He's probably gonna be really confused because this will be the first time that he's getting home from a car ride with dad and I'm not downstairs and ready to give him a walk. So we'll see how that goes. You're working on Oleander too? All right. Yeah, but you're a lot farther along than I am, I think, if I remember correctly. Because this one, I'm really trying to make it last to the end because I know I don't want to, I could do a fifth one. I could do a fifth one, but I don't want to start a fifth one and then not finish it before the end of January. So I'm really like forcing myself to take this one really slow and only for lives and whip and chats. And then I can finish the rest of it, at the end or whatever. I do maybe a couple of extra squares during like Discord after dark or whatever. But yeah. So there we go. Um wanted to know, I've got a couple of things set up for um like Q&A, or I could do old school trivia. I've got some old school trivia questions set up, meaning like old school as in we used to do trivia on Tuesdays. I could do trivia, or um I thought like we could answer some questions about like some plans for 2026, and you have no plans. Maybe your plan is to have no plan, and that's totally fine too. But some ideas. I don't want to say plans. Plans sounds too official. We don't want to officially make any plans. You're still also doing lullaby touch and I'm not. Okay, that's fair. That is fair, but you know, because I did say that my intention, at least for 2026, is to work on more rounds than I did last year. I think that's going to probably bump up my finish count by the end of the year, but that's okay. It is what it is. Um, I'm just going to work through them like I would work through them and, you know, get done what I get done. Doesn't so much matter. But other than that, I didn't really have too many set in stone or even set in like plaster plans. Let me check something really quick. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna close that. Boom. There we go. Looking for my little thing that I wrote up. I wasn't finding it. Yeah. There we go. Checking some stuff. Okay. So, like I said, questions, I would say not plans, but maybe goals. Like I said, maybe your goals are to not have any goals, and that's fine too. But I think that at least these will be like exploration questions about what you want to do for 2026. Hello, Noel. Hi, stay cool today. You're going to work on your stash. And count how many you do in 2026. I hadn't really done counting prior to last year, or year before last, I should say. 2024 was the first time that I really kept good track of what I was doing. And I'm glad that I did, because that was one thing I feel like I was lacking. I got myself, well, I had a journal, which is this journal here. I started to put things in the journal. I started to put stickers, and sometimes I would even write like information. I actually did some like journal entry sort of situation. But yeah, I got myself a journal. And even if I just put in there like what it was and my start and end date, I don't really keep track of like how many diamonds I laid down or what was my favorite or least favorite and, that sort of thing. But I was happy that I got myself some kind of put together journal. It was a journal I had that Dustin got me for my birthday, and I was afraid to put anything in it. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm afraid to destroy it." But then I realized like he bought this for me to use it, so I should use it for something. I thought what better thing to do than to stick stickers in it and write about diamond painting. So that's what I did. I'm happy that I did it to keep track. Liana's doing refresh your stash from Lisette. Yeah, I do like that idea, and that is something that I would definitely like to do. Um, so for you guys and for me, I'm going to answer it too. What did 2025 teach you about how you actually like to diamond paint? Not like, maybe you tried some things out and didn't like it or did like it, whatever, but what did 2025 teach you about how you actually like to diamond paint? Used to be the same way about journals. Yeah. Mhm. I feel like I don't have anything important to say. I don't have anything good to write or my handwriting sucks or whatever, and I'm like, but I bought this to write in it, so what am I doing here?" I'm just leaving a blank journal sit on a shelf for my kids to inherit, I guess. Um, so what 2025 taught me about what I actually like to diamond paint? Um, Blue, obviously. We definitely saw how many blue kits I worked on last year. I think also squares would be another thing that you can clearly see from my finishes that I really, really do love to work on squares. And I think a lot of that is because I had been working on solely rounds before that. I only just started diamond painting squares. Let's see, hold on. My first square kit was Paint the Moon from Diamond Art Club. And that one, let's see, where is the looking for the thing for it? Oop, where are you hiding? I want to see what date that was because I feel like, okay, here we go. I started apples and then I stopped because I was like, oh, this is my first ever square drill kit, but I'm failing miserably. So I ended up stopping working on apples and then I started working on Paint the Moon, which was my first finished square kit. And that was in February of 2024 was the first time I'd ever officially finished a square kit. And after that, it was like square, 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 square. I learned how much I loved it. You know what I mean? Trying to finish a diamond painting the third week of December. Nice, Shannon. Definitely need all of the confetti. I'll finish color blocky kits, but I'm a whine and complain first. Yeah. Hi, raccoon eyes. I learned that I like to switch from square to round. Yes, stay cool today. Um, I always I felt like I always had a round kind of in on the back burner that I could pull out anytime I wanted to get a break from squares, but I found like I didn't really need a break from squares. I was just enjoying it so much after years of only working on round kits, you know? Noel, I learned that I don't mind using unfancy tools, no matter what happens. I tend to go back to simple tools like glue dot and my condiment cups. Yeah, the only fancy tools I like to use are House of Miscellania pens. Yeah, girl. Also learned that I really enjoy squares. I'm so glad that you learned about your enjoyment for squares in 2025, because to see you go from like really not wanting to do much with squares to then you slapped out a square kit in a very short time. I was really impressed. And so yeah, it's fun to watch you discover your love for squares, and I can't wait to see what kits you finish this year because you have kits that I don't have that I want to see completed. I got 3 mystery kits from mystery boxes at Christmas, so I'm gonna try and do 1 mystery kit a quarter. Not fond of the artwork, and this will make me okay, that's fair, Shelley. Think I've learned to be more selective on purchases. Yeah, that too. And I've learned from other artists, or from others, artists I like but have not tried yet. Same with new companies. Yeah, there you go. Shannon starting a first square painting this week. Yorkie and roses. Oh, cute. So The tactic that I used with apples was I was noticing I was like starting to either I was going to drop a row because it was so tight. I ended up getting paint gems and then paint the moon as a smaller kit to get practice on first because otherwise I think I probably would have ended up ruining apples and I would have been really really upset because my placement was not I was used to placing rounds. I wasn't used to placing squares yet, and so it was sort of a mess, but it's okay. You learn as you go. I learned how much I dislike color blocking. I love high color counts and that I can finish the most intimidating kit I bought. Nice, Divine. You remember Noel's Square Graveyard? Yes. Very that. Very that. Okay. What habits helped you stay consistent and which one caused either burnout or for you to just get up and walk away from something? But what habits helped you to stay consistent? No more bigger than my workspace kit. Hard to work on. Yeah, for sure. Um, I think what helped me to stay consistent was probably just remembering to work on kits that I like. I think the hardest hits for me were the ones that maybe I didn't choose for myself. Now, that's not, I don't blame anybody in the community for that. That had nothing to do with you guys picking anything because I gave you things to pick from out of things that I wanted to paint. I'm talking like, I am really I really try to make it a goal that if a company sends me anything, that I try to get them a finish because I feel like a post review for a company that's maybe not as well known is better for their company than just an unboxing. Unboxings are all well and good, but um, if you don't have a finish to look at, then how do you know what it looks like when it's done? So oftentimes, when I would receive something from a company, I would work on it regardless of whether or not it was necessarily something in my wheelhouse. And while, yes, I have discovered a few things that I was surprised to really enjoy, there were other ones that maybe I wasn't as maybe satisfied as I would have been working on something else. And so I think biggest lesson for me was like work on what you want to work on when you want to work on it. And yes, I will still be determined to finish things that I get from companies, but I don't want to make it a requirement for myself. If I finish it, great. If I don't finish it, find somebody else who wants it. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily have to be the one who gets a finish on that kit if if it gets finished by somebody. And that was really important to learn because there's times where like I might think it's beautiful to look at as a piece, but then diamond painting something and liking the way something looks are not the same thing, right? I know some of you guys got to know that from personal experience. Shannon likes confetti better than color blocking. Me too. Hello, K and K love. DPing with someone else helped me a lot, but putting unrealistic expectations can be a letdown. Yes, doing things that are my choice must much less along. Oh, much meant like less DP alongs and whatnot. If it fits, I'll participate, but not going away from the vibes. Yeah, hell yeah. Hanging out at the lives. I like doing while DPing while hanging out here. Yeah, heck yeah. I love the fact that people are diamond painting during the lives because then it's like, having somebody to chat with while you're doing your thing. Although it is hard to diamond paint and then stop and then type and then diamond paint and then stop and then type. So that's why I like voice chatting too, because you could just keep going and talking. That's always nice. All right, let's see. What's our next question? Oh, did you paint more for joy or pressure last year? Did you feel pressured into diamond painting things last year? I feel like, yeah, there were probably some that I should have given up on, or I should have maybe waited or done differently, because the experience maybe wasn't as nice as it could have been. But I did do a lot of the ones that I wanted to. So I do feel like outweighing all of that was definitely diamond painting for the joy of it. I'm sorry, do I hear a sugar whining at my door? Hold on a second. Sugar, are you whining at their door or my door? Sugar, I heard you. Okay. He's not there anymore. I don't know. It's a ghost, Sugar. Love to diamond paint for joy. Yes. I learned patience with what I'm working on. Good. I will only participate in your events, Naomi. I learned that all events for me are not fun. That's true. I think you like working on them during lives and whip chats. Nice, Shannon. Yeah, I I don't participate in events. Not it's because I'm horrible at remembering to do all the things like commenting on the videos, posting a picture, doing the things. But I will say that not all event hosts are created equal. I'm not dogging anybody particular. I'm not saying that I'm better than everybody, but I do feel like everyone has their own pace, their own style, their own tone, like um some just forget altogether that they're supposed to send you the prizes that you win. Like there is an element of that out there in the DP community. There are really terrific hosts, and I think that for the most part, I've only really seen people who are consistent and upright and forthright and upfront and all the things. But yeah, there are a few people out there that maybe don't do the best job and probably should not run events because of the stress that it causes them, or they're just maybe not as um, details oriented as they could be. And so the one thing that I do hear very consistently is that I do run a pretty tight ship. I might run a little bit behind on getting people their codes or whatever, but I'm very quick to make sure that I get those out like the following week. Obviously, Christmas is a tricky one. New Year's not as tricky, but the Christmas week one is a little bit I'm not trying to be pushy to the sponsor. So I tend to give that one a little bit of breath, but I do try to be as consistent as humanly possible. I learned patience with what I'm working on. Yes. Love to diamond paint for joy. Joy, to be honest, quite honest, last year sucked except for DP. Oh, Divine, I'm sorry. Forget. Yes. Yes, yes. Um, let's see. What surprised you the most about your diamond painting journey last year? What surprised you the most? Um, what surprised me the most last year? I think I I don't know, like, necessarily surprised me the most. The community never ceases to amaze me um, in their kindness, in their support, and so I'm always surprised when people, like, keep coming back to the event or keep coming back to live streams or keep coming back to watch Whippin' Chats or whatever, and I think I'm so used to, like, being excluded or left out or let down that the community always surprises me with their consistency. Like, yeah, there were a few people that over the last year I I was sad to stop hearing from, or people that just kind of disappeared from the channel, like, used to come to live streams every week or, um used to be more active in the community, like in the Discord community or things like that. Like, I'm really bummed to have lost those people, but, you know, like, people are in your lives for a season and a reason, as they say. And so, um, it's sort of like I can't dwell too much on that because I would get myself really, really depressed if I allowed myself to stop and like wonder why those people stopped showing up. I've checked in. I mean, I've sent messages or things like that, like, hey, are we cool? Is everything cool? Like whatever. But I I think I probably surprised myself the most in trying to not take as much of that on as my responsibility. Like that it's not even about me. Like what's the think it's David Foster Wallace said, "You'll worry less what others think of you when you realize how seldom they actually do." And as harsh as that is to say out loud and to think about that, people don't care about me as much as I think they care about me or think about me as much as I think about as I want them to think about me. I'm also in my own crap, and I'm maybe not thinking about people as often as I could or should. And so it's just the consistency of those who are around and have stuck around that never ceases to surprise me. I guess. That's I guess my surprise for the year. Also too many event gets you picking kits for that. Yeah. Yes. If you're picking your kits simply for events, like some people are great with that and they do that all year. Hello, Mary, chronically myself. Howdy, howdy. I was surprised that I like to do large diamond paintings. Ooh, okay. What's your favorite large one that you've done? Stay cool today. My ability to refrain from FOMO, yes, and work from the many, many kits I have. It's brought me a sense of accomplishment. Good for you, Liana. Good for you. I was surprised that I actually participated in an event to begin with. I was happy that I did. Oh, good. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. Like I said, I'm not an event person because I'm horrible with the remembering of doing the things. I'm great at organizing events. I'm great at hosting events, but like participating in an event, I can't. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I think it's what do they call it? There's a word for it in like the autism and ADHD community. It's something avoidance. Um I don't it's where basically you you have a task to do and someone reminding you to do that task just angers you to the point where you don't want to do it even more. I forget what that term is, that expression, but it's sort of that. It's like, no, you're not going to tell me what I have to do and when I have to do it. I'm going to do it when I want to do it. And so I feel like sometimes I probably uh I just get like so about it that I'm like, no, events probably not a good idea for me. It's not test anxiety. It's specifically something avoidance. There's like a an acronym for it. I didn't expect to work on or finish Luminell this year. Ooh. Yeah, demand avoidance. Thank you, Kath. Yes, that. Sushi rollers. Oh, that one's cute. That's a thing. Yes. Yes, raccoon eyes. It's called demand avoidance. And it is an actual thing, specifically often attributed to people with autism or ADHD, where like you have something that you're supposed to do. It's on your to-do list. And then when somebody approaches you about it and says, like, hey, did you do the thing? And then you get like legitimately angry and you're like, no, I don't want to do it at all. It happens a lot with my youngest and like reminders about the dishes. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. If you look up demand avoidance, honest to goodness, it is a real thing. And so I think I get that way with events that I'm just like, no, you're not going to tell me how to live my life. Pathological demand avoidance. That's it. PDA. And when my son-in-law, well, almost kind of son-in-law, my daughter's boyfriend, he is a psychology major, and when he said PDA, I was like, oh, public displays of affection. He's like, no, no, pathological demand avoidance. That's what it is. Yep. Hi, Marilyn. Um, yeah, it's a real thing. Pathological demand avoidance. And so I think that's probably why I don't do events. I mean, if it's something that I really, really want to participate in, I absolutely would and will. But I like hosting better. I don't know. I think that's also a control thing for me. Like if I'm hosting the event, I have control over how things go. I know that it's being done in an orderly manner. I don't have to be upset or complain about like the kind of all overness of it. And I feel like this is going to sound really all about myself. Like, and I'm not trying to sound like that asshole. I'm not. I think that participating in other people's events causes me to see the things in the event that maybe aren't working as well as they could or whatever. And then I have this need to like fix things for people. And so I'll make suggestions that might not even be wanted or warranted that could probably, I don't know, hurt somebody's feelings or piss them off that I think that their event is running like crap or something. And I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I have this just need and want to fix things and make them better, but I don't want to take over somebody's thing, you know? There are too many acronyms with multiple meanings. Cough, DP, cough. Mhm. Yeah. And so I don't wanna be a jerk and be like, "Well, your event could run better if you do this, this, and this." And so I think generally I just avoid joining those events so that I don't have to feel upset when something isn't going as well as I could do it or whatever. Like it is so like me being too much like of a control freak and maybe a little too judgmental and or people perceive it that way and I don't think it's supposed to be that way. I don't really think so highly of myself, but I do worry that others might believe that I think that I'm in some way better than them because oh well, I run a successful event, blah blah blah. It's not even like that. It's just more or less my wanting to help, and it comes off as maybe haughty or um up my own butt. I don't know. Let's see. Next one. What would you not repeat in 2026? Having been parts of many types of events, your event, from what I've seen and experienced, runs so much better than a majority, even with the 2025 portion wanting to blow up. Yeah, it's true. I'll take credit for my event being well run because I feel like I care very much about not just like the event but the artist. I I would like the event to be about the artist because that's what it's supposed to be about. I feel like if you run an event about an artist, then you should revere that artist. That artist should know that you care about their artwork, that you revere their artwork, and that's why you're doing it, not just to run an event, you know? I think there are some people who get caught up in the fact that like I'm important because I'm the host. And it is yeah, okay, you're important because you're the host, but the artist is more important. Like the artist's feelings, the artist's thoughts, the artist's wants. I don't know. To me, that's paramount to my feelings. You know, I do care about the participants as well. I do. I want it to be fair and I want it to be fun, you know? Okay, so what would I avoid or what would I not repeat, excuse me, in 2026? Um, what would I not repeat in 2026? Uh, doing as many blue kits in a row. I don't know. Um, I don't The one thing that I had learned from 2024 into 2026 was to not set um time expectations on myself for finishing a kit. Like I had talked about it before. I set kind of a goal to finish Ajasai before anybody else got a chance to. Um I wanted to have that first finish on Ajasai as far as like people on YouTube are concerned. I don't even know that anybody else was air quote competition on that, like honestly. Um, but I wanted to finish that one before anybody else and get a post review. And I think that it caused me to work through the kit more quickly than maybe I normally would have done. I mean, yeah, I work quickly anyways, but more quickly than I would have done. And I I took it slow for 2025. Um, I think what I would not repeat for 2026 that I probably did in 2025 was make myself feel badly for taking breaks. Like um I would almost give myself an incredibly hard time for taking 3 days off of diamond painting. And like I shouldn't even care, you know. Hi Kylie. How about a no purple challenge? Oh man, not giving myself challenges this year. Yeah. Abby, you went a little crazy last year. And it was funny too because you're like in 1 month, 3 of your challenges all clashed at the same time like you were doing all of them simultaneously of each other. I think challenges are okay within reason, like Tigger's saying, like you give yourself reasonable challenges, but I think then I wouldn't be able to work on afternoon tea. Uh-oh. I hear Sugar out there crying. I can't tell what she's crying. What are you crying about? Are you locked in the room? Oh, poor Sugar. Poor Sugar. She got locked in their room. There. I was like, I know I hear her scratching. Yeah. Ooh, when are you doing afternoon tea? Which one is that? Wait, afternoon tea. Now you got to remind me. Is which who's the artist on that afternoon tea? Can't look anything up right at the moment. Um, yeah, I think setting, a couple of kind of goals or whatever that you want to complete. But yeah, you had three that just boom, 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 hit all at the same time. And that's never fun. At that point, you start looking for canvases that can fit a few challenges. Yeah. Art by Julia? Oh, the purple. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I do like that one. I like the purples. I did like the purples a lot. Okay. Okay. So goals, again, we're not making any concrete plans, but goals for 2026. Um, is 2026 a finish what I started year or an exploration year? I mean, I feel like I typically always finish what I started. There's a few that I've abandoned for good reason, but I do want to make 2026 a little bit more of an exploration year. And I do but I want to explore kits in my older kit stash. And like Lisette has her refresh your stash challenge going for 2026. And I think it's great. I think that should be every year, honestly, should be a refresher stash challenge and get those old kits out. And so I do want to pull out some older I kind of set a goal for myself that I'd like to work on more rounds this year. And I do want to work on some of my older kits. I don't think I'm gonna go and just like bust through all of my older stuff because some of those they're waiting for something specific or I'm holding on to them for a specific, purpose or need at the moment. My flavor savers. I'm not savoring everything. I don't have a flavor saver list of like 55 kits, but there are ones that are in my older stuff that I kind of don't want to I don't want to just pull out and work on for, I'd like to pull them out for a purpose, not just, whatever. Well, anyways, But I do want to pull out some of my older kits this year for sure, because the amount of changing that has gone on with basically all DP companies has been really massive. And so getting some of those older square kits out of the way or whatever, just so that I don't, I'm always going to have some, not super gappy, but some gappy squares. So I know like there's no point in me pulling out every kit from prior to 2023 out this year or anything. I just definitely want to pull some things out from the older stash, and not necessarily older to me, because some of my like newer received kits are old kits that I want to work through. Like Birth of Teratop Corinne is on my list of kits that I want to finish this year, but it's a square. Most of my whips are rounds. I want to snap some tight squares. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I know I'm gonna have to have a square here and there because I will not be able to manage only working on rounds. I just know I won't. There's definitely gonna have to be some squares in there because I need that. Like in my body, I need it. Missed four. There we go. All right, letter C, where are you? The letter C. I don't see it. Is it in my special? No. There's one C in here, and I'm trying to find it in my tray, and I'm not finding it in my tray. There it is. Hello, Spajari? Spadgery? Spa Jerry. Spa Jerry. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Spajari. Spajari. Hello, just got started diamond painting and hadn't been able to build up any whips. Hello. Welcome to the world of diamond painting. Your new, oh, I do have more than one. Welcome to your new addiction. May the force be with you and all of that. Try not to feed into the FOMO of it all if you can help it. Your first year will be your most expensive year, hands down. Snap of a square is a must. Yes, Amalia. Welcome, Amalia. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. If you guys are not subscribed to Amalia's World of Color, first of all, come in for your knees. So get over onto Amalia's channel and hit the subscribe button, please and thank you. Secondly, how are you? Hope you are well. We have your soul now. Yes. Steph. Okay, Steph, thank you. Let's see. More variety in artisan shops. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I don't like to set these kinds of goals personally, but maybe you guys do. This one, how many kits feels realistic, not aspirational for you to finish for the year? Um, I'm not really counting, like, I don't count finishes. I don't even know what order they're in or whatever until literally the end of the year when I do the year in review video and I'm like, "Oh, holy crap. I got this many finishes." Um, so I don't really like to set a number for what is realistic. I can language today. Realistic versus aspirational anyways. Because there are some people out there finishing 12 a year, and that is perfectly fine. I think everybody works at their own pace, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Time is a mythical place, I've found. Yes. Somehow it goes much faster when I'm placing drills. That is so true, Steph. We're here to enable, I mean help. Throwing away my love seat to give more space to my rabbits. Oh, nice. Maybe like 12 big ones. Do like a medium. Ooh, medium is so good though. Like, but what is okay? So Sujin, what is medium to you? Because medium to me is like that, I would say somewhere in a like 40 by 60, 50 by 70 is a medium range to me, but that's like huge to some people. So what is your medium range? That goes for everybody. What is your medium range? Because for some people, medium is a 10 by 10, you know? Kind of depends on what sort of things you like to work on. If it's more of the smaller projects like keychains, bookmarks, make markets, paint gems, or diamond design company minis, whatever. What's a medium for you guys? And man, if I could stay in that range, God, wouldn't that be lovely? But I can't because all of my kits are giant. I would say a quarter of my Diamond Art Club stash is in like the long box, the big box. So you know that it's at least 70 centimeters on one side. Maybe not both sides, but definitely on one side. So I got that going for me. 30 by 40 to 50 by 70. Okay. 40 by 40, 40 by 70, smaller than 60, bigger than 20. Okay. Yay, Amali, I'm glad. I am glad. I want to see it. 50 by 70 is definitely good. Medium, I did a 30 by 40 and it was a snack. Yeah, that's the thing. Down the rabbit hole is a medium. So then what's a medium for you? If that's a medium, then what's a like small medium? 50 by 50 is medium. Bigger is regular medium, up to 90 on at least one side. Medium is more like 60 by. So like it's funny because depending on the piece, 60 by 80 can feel too big. And then at other times, I'm like, well, that took no time at all. I guess it depends sometimes on the amount of confetti versus color blocking too, obviously, because like working on Valkyria and Pegaso, which was actually what I would consider to be a medium. What size was that? Hold on a second. Valkyria and Pegaso was um a 60 by 60. And so like that felt medium, but it took a long time and started to feel really big because of the confetti. So it's like it's funny. Medium can be a kind of an amalgamous blob of a size. Because I've had some of the massive kits that just felt like a normal size kit. So that number, it moves and it shifts and it changes for sure. I'm doing Not Your Alice 22 by 28, and I would say that's my medium right now. Okay. Heavy, heavy confetti. Yes. Maybe 20 by 25 inches. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, for those of you who are working on kits for 2026, um, do you want like or do you want to do something like themed months? Like fantasy, spooky, mythological, etc. Or do you want to just kind of fly by the seat of your pants and see what happens? I mean, I set up the like DP alongs in Discord so that people can, you can work on a DP along with other people if you'd like to. Or you don't have to do any of it. If it already fits with something that you're doing, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Um, but I feel like I do tend to work on the DP alongs from the Discord because it's not like there's no pressure to it. Nobody's nobody's looking at a start and finish date and worrying that it's taking too long or whatever. There's no real it's all just very like lackadaisical, just doing your own thing at your own time, at your own pace, which is why I set them for a couple of months in case, there's something you don't finish and you don't have to feel bad that it's still there. But do you like to do like a themed month or whatever? I'm not much of a themed month person. I like to go where the wind blows me. And sometimes it blows me here and then there and then elsewhere. Yeah. Anyone else's YouTube cutting off? Oh, like the sound? I do know I had some dropped frames earlier, but it seems to have fixed itself now. Anything looks like a medium compared to plant delivery. That. Yeah, working on anything smaller than those big ass Yumeis definitely feels medium or small for sure. No, everybody else is doing okay. Good. Sun spikes. Yeah, I mean, we do have to take solar flares into account because they definitely hit my area. I'm in Wisconsin, so aurora borealis definitely affects us here. But no, I'm not planning on doing any monthly themey things except for whatever's just the DP along stuff in the Discord. Um, okay, so with regard to kit planning, if you have any kit plans, which kits are your must start pieces for 2026? Or do you have a must start piece for 2026? Um, I would really like to get to a few, like I said, of my older pieces. The Heather Hitchman, Birth of Teratoff Corinne is in that group. I also want to work on Beautifully Broken. That's an old round DAC piece that I would really like to grab out and work on. What else? Trying to think of my other older stash without like actually pulling up my stash list to think about. Um, there's one called My Little Man Eater by Camilla de Erico, which is a little bit older of a Diamond Art Club kit in round that I would like to get to. It's very blue. It's a thing. I'm not going to be able to escape blue kits ever. Um, but it's very blue and I love it so much. I want to get to that one this year too. I want to do a mystery kit this year. I've never done one before. I want to see if I like it. So by mystery, you mean the black and white version of a mystery, right, Divine? Because I am like there is a mystery DP along in the Discord for I think it's April, May question mark. I can't remember what months I set it for. But there is a mystery DP along, which I will be doing. I already know what piece I'm going to work on for that, which is the Laura Prindle mystery. Or do you mean like just something that came in a mystery box? That is a little bit different. I enjoyed the mysteries that I've worked on so far. So I'm looking forward to finishing one because I have I don't know, like a handful at this point. One Muni made, one computer generated, and one landscape. Okay. I don't have one at this time. Yeah, you'll come up with one, Tigger. I know you will. I'm doing small rounds from the Art Dot 12 pack. Ooh, all round 14 by 10. That's small, but a great break from the big square. Ooh, okay. Ashura is my oldest kit as well, so a cute round. Nice. Okay, so the black and white one. Yeah, I have a mystery DP along set up for the Discord. I don't remember what month it's set for, but I know I'll be working on my Prindle mystery for that because I do love a beautiful horse. This one is a specific horse. I don't want to give anything away for anybody who might have that one, but obviously it's a brindle, so you know it's a horse. I won't go into any further detail than that. 9 lives, which is black and white, 17 colors, but won't start until I have squares down. Yeah, I really want to do first date from Das UK and also finishes from other shops. Yeah. I told myself for the past 2 years I will start Magic Roses by Genovia Art, my next huge kit this year. Oh, okay. You can do it, Marilyn. You can do it. Genovia Art's a lot of color. That's the one who did Esmeralda, right? Am I crazy? I didn't just make that up. I feel like Genovia Art did Esmeralda. She likes color, which is good. I like color. I feel like I've got a few temperatures in which my kits in my stash are. There's the blue family, there's the cool family, like cool colors, and then there's rainbow. I have 3 speeds in my stash colors, so I'm trying to um, get a little more variety in there if possible. She did. Okay. Time for bed. Have a good night. Stay cool today. I'm working on Abstract Cat. I have owls and I have one to do from DAC. Nice. Um, any must do kits? Steph. Steph, I think at some point this year, I don't know when. I'm not gonna make any like solid concrete plans on it, but I really want to work on Satura by Margaret Morales this year, but it's not going to be something that I'm doing for Mary Morales, and it's not going to be something that I'm doing for like YouTube generally. It's something that I'm doing like just for me. I will definitely do a post review what when I do finally finish it, but I'm not doing it for anyone other than me. I will take the time that I want to take on it, whether that's getting it done quickly if I'm really enjoying it, or getting it done slowly if I'm just trying to savor it and make it last a little longer. But I do really kind of want to work on Satura this year. Um, that one is that's like my ultimate Margaret, but it will look so good in this room with my paint color that's already in here. Keeps freezing, but it seems to be okay now. That's weird. Maybe try hitting the refresh. Mystery is March, April. Thank you, Tigger. Take her out to Olive Garden. I know, or something. I have to take her on a movie date, maybe, or for like an actual real like high tea date. Because I have been waiting to lay drills on her for a while. Ooh, entendre. Lay some drills. I'm gonna lay some drills on that bitch. Um, yeah, I really want to work on her at some point this year. I may not even tell anybody when I start working on it. I might just do it and then I'm just gonna do it and get it done and not say anything to anybody, probably. Probably. Okay. Are there any kits you're emotionally ready to just destash? You got the nook bed now too. Yeah, I can lay her down on the nook bed. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, any kits that you're emotionally ready to just destash instead of work on? Um, I don't know. I like any of the ones that I am emotionally attached to. I feel like I wouldn't destash anyways. Like if I feel some feeling about them that isn't like reviling, like I don't hate them, I wouldn't have purchased them if I didn't like them. Um, I'm so I don't think that there are any that I'm like just tired of looking at or tired of owning or whatever that I'm looking to destash. There are a few that I have set aside for people for various reasons, either, like it's a gift or um things that people may want to buy. I can tell you that I am still ready to yeet cute but unstable into the sun. That one is just in my closet waiting to become either spare drills and then the canvas becomes garbage, or somebody claims it, pays me a little something for it, and then it goes to a new home. That's the only one that's like really itching to jump out of my stash immediately, as I can get it away from me. Hi, Michelle. Somebody should let Michelle know to refresh so she can catch up with the live stream. Um, but yeah, that one in particular is not one that I'm excited to have in my stash, but I got it with my mystery box, and so there it is. Just lives here now. I'd like to make the one kit that I got from that not cost me 85 bucks if I can manage it. I don't know, even just something for a little bit of something and then a little bit for shipping, and I'd be happy with that one going away. Let's see. Do Are there artists you want to intentionally support in 2026? I mean, I'd like to think that I'm really supportive of all the artists that I work on their kits. Um, but are there any that I intentionally want to like feature or highlight this year? I would like to do more Camilla de Erico. The problem with working on any of my kits from Camilla de Erico is that Diamond Art Club doesn't seem to be putting out any more of her kits. And so like I'm scared to work on them because then that's it. That's it, they're gone. I mean, yeah, they're not gone. I still own them, but they're completed and worked on, and then I don't have them to work on anymore. And that's a little bit of a bummer. But I am gonna work on my little man eater. I am really excited to work on that one this year at some point because it isn't my older stuff. It's an unboxed kit, so it doesn't have a box, and it's itching to be worked on. I have a couple that I'm not emotionally about. When it's time, I'm sure they can find a new home for someone who is just getting started. There you go. We do, Liana. We need more. You can always start a Christopher Lovell fan club. Um, I love his artwork. I am His artwork is phenomenal, but that man is a snack. Okay, so I'll support anything to do with Christopher Lovell. I don't have any of his kits anymore. I don't own any of his kits. One, either because they don't restock them when I have money, or two, because I've already completed them. Like Summer Solstice, I've completed, Apples, I've completed. I don't own Medusa. I've missed her on restock so many times. It is such a bummer to me. But that man is a tasty snack, and I will support anyone who wants to support Christopher Lovell. I'm into it. He's got a tasty accent. I'm all about it. It could be a dessert. Yes. YouTube's freezing for you again. Is it freezing for anybody else? They're so brown. It's true, Sujin. It's like very monotone colors. You got to be ready to work on one. Except for Solstice. Solstice was not brown. She was beautiful. God, I loved working. I would honestly, I would work that kit again. If I had a second copy of it, I would work that one a second time. No hesitation. I would work on that one a second time. Not freezing there. I don't know what's going on with that, Kylie. I am not sure. Very weird because I'm not showing any dropped frames. Bizarre. Did his mystery 35. Ooh, loved it. And I have apples. I hope there's an event. I would do apples again too. I hope there's an event for him this year. And yes, he's a total fox. Yes, he is. He's a whole main course, 3 course, dessert, and an appetizer. Absolutely. Where's my son wants me to do Plague Doctor. That's a good one too. I've seen that finished. It's cute. It's a really cute finish. Yeah, I wish that they would put out more Christopher Lovell because there's only so many pieces. I would love to work on Lilith. I don't own Lilith, but I want it. Like I said, every time they restock something, I don't have the money. So if somebody has a copy of Lilith and they don't want it, let me know. I'll take your Lilith off your hand, nipple and everything. What's the one? Lotus? Lotus is the one with the booty. That one is also smexy. I don't own that either. Need to find time to do Soma. Soma's beautiful too. Yeah, he is num num num. He's num num num. um, let's see. I'm just reading through some. Are you interested in trying new tools, new techniques, or new tricks, or just sticking with what works this year? Um, I mean, I'm always happy to try new tricks or try new tools or things. Yeah, you do tend to see that I work with a lot of the same tools because I work with what works. You know what I mean? If it's a tip or a trick or a tool or a technique that's new and it works better than what I'm currently doing, then I will move to doing that thing. But for the most part, I think I do what sticks, what works, you know? I'm not out looking for new techniques because I don't feel like I necessarily need any new techniques. But if I did, I would certainly do that instead of what I'm doing if it worked better. It, let's see, everyone was clamoring for Krampus. Yeah, for 2 years now. I'm surprised we have yet to see Krampus because I think we voted for it twice. Still haven't seen it. He has a ton of other works with which Dak doesn't have. Yeah, yeah. So I'd like them to release some more, or at the very least, like Krampus would be nice because um we've been thinking we were gonna get Krampus for how long now? A long time. A long time. Let's see. What about ooh, okay. Mental health and energy check-in. What will you do when your motivation for diamond painting drops? Well, like I said, I plan to, like I did last year, I plan to take breaks. Like if I feel the need to not diamond paint for 3 days, I'm going to stop diamond painting for 3 days. But I'm also going to really focus energy on not feeling guilty about that because I did end up feeling really guilty about the fact that I took breaks last year. Like, I really should be diamond painting, but here I am, watching, I don't know, something for the 15th time and or, just watching YouTube videos and lying on the couch or whatever. Clash Royale. Bed rot. There you go. Get in that bed rot. Get it in while you got it. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just lay in your bed and do nothing and just watch YouTube or whatever. But I'm gonna convince myself to not feel as guilty about it this year as I did last year. 'Cause it's totally okay to do that too. Because I mean, we've got okay, for instance, we have Animal Crossing's update, the 3.0 update that's coming out on the 15th, right? And I know I'm going to be playing some Animal Crossing. There will be a break at least for Animal Crossing. And while I might not focus on Animal Crossing like immediately when it drops, I know that after Mary Morales is over, I will definitely be focusing on playing some Animal Crossing because duh, definitely will need to get into playing some of that. Been thinking about it. I think I'm gonna start drawing again. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you've got horses, Liana. You'll have your whole summer break. It's a hobby. I take breaks. I have a job I can't take breaks from. I don't need another one. Right. Haven't played Animal Crossing in ages. Yeah, they're doing a huge update, Leon, on the 15th. You should go check out some YouTube videos because they're doing a lot of changing. They're adding a bunch of stuff. Here we go. How can you remove guilt from unfinished pieces or projects? Um, well, I think first of all, I'm well, one, I don't ask anybody and I won't ask anybody to remind me or to stay on me or whatever about any projects that I'm not working on. Like I'm going to get to it when I get to it or not. And if I don't, I also intend to if I need to drop a project and just not work on it, I need to just do that. I need to say straight up, this is not doing it for me. It's not what I hoped it was going to be for whatever reason that happens to be. Sometimes you like confetti on one piece, but not another. Sometimes you like color blocking on one piece and not another. Or sometimes you like a certain color on a certain piece and not another. But I'm not going to um, guilt myself or have other people guilt me into working on something that I'm just not feeling because it's supposed to be a hobby. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do that. If school slash work says I can't, well, I can't, but it'll be okay. I know. I'm not mad at you for that. Um, the one in particular spirit, like that was supposed to be sold to somebody who never actually bought it. Um, and it wasn't because of time frame or whatever. It was just she poofed from Reddit. I was like, well, I got this done. She told me take as much time as you need, whatever. And then she just disappeared. I was like, well, I will never do that again. Money up front. If you're gonna buy something or it'll be already completed or whatever. But yeah, because that one I hated so intensely. So intensely. My philosophy is I pay for the enjoyment, not the kit. If the kit is not bringing me joy, I toss it. I like that, Marilyn. I like that. And sometimes even just checking around and asking, like, hey, I started working on this. It is really not what I thought it was going to be. Would anybody else like to take this one and finish it? Like, okay, for instance, I know Whitney from Whitney Diamond Paints. She had worked on a Sybil art piece of Princess Peach, and she wasn't liking it. She just wasn't enjoying it. She didn't like the way that it was looking. And I had told her, like, hey, you should check and see if somebody in your community might actually want to take that and finish it. I think she ended up throwing it away, which is fine. It's your prerogative. It's your money. You do what you want with it. But I think rather than jumping immediately to throw something away, unless it's like So one, it's so gappy that I wouldn't want to wish that on another human being ever. Or it really does look awful, awful. Then yeah, I might just decide to throw it out rather than offer it up to anybody else and give them the pain of whatever I'm not enjoying about it. But if it's just something that I'm just not liking because maybe the art isn't speaking to me or whatever, I'll probably offer that up to somebody else first. And then if nobody wants it, then I'll throw it in the garbage, you know? Top shelved some. Yeah. No one dies with an empty inbox. Ooh, you don't even want to know about my Gmail inbox. My original Gmail, not good. So if I don't want to do a project, that's okay. There will be lots of stuff unfinished when the day is over. Yes, a bit dark, but it's why I don't feel bad. Well, no, it's not though. It's realistic. It's realistic. Um, it's part of why, like, I've spoken to my oldest about what to do with these diamond painting kits. Like, if something happened to me tomorrow, I'm not planning to die tomorrow, but who's ever really planning to die except for those who might be like older, whatever. But you got to tell the people in your life what you want to have done with your stuff because you might not be here forever. You just don't know. So I don't think it's dark at all. I think it's realistic. And there's nothing wrong with being realistic about life. Oh, she did end up throwing it away. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer too because I thought it looked cute. I thought it was looking fine. I didn't see the problem, but also I wasn't the one working on it, so I don't know like if in person it was just that much worse than what it was reading on camera because I do know the viewfinder does a lot for a piece. It removes a lot of those weird color issues sometimes we see in person and both like, yeah, sometimes I get it. You just got to throw something away, but it's a bummer. She could have offered it to someone and then let people say, nah, it's good or whatever, but maybe she just didn't want to deal with that. She's grown. She can do what she wants for money. This took a turn. um, what does a successful, that's in quotes, diamond painting year look like to you? What does a successful diamond painting year look like to you? I think success for this year, because every year is different, I think. A successful year this year will mean that I have worked on some things out of my old stash. Like not old stuff, like again, it doesn't necessarily matter when I received it, but if it's an older kit from Diamond Art Club or even I intend to pull out some of my lazy river crafts this year because those are older. Um, I want to pull out some older kits. I think that will really be a barometer for success if I was able to stick to pulling out some of those older pieces because I feel like I do have a recency bias when it comes to working on certain diamond paintings. Like I'll get something and I'll kit it up the minute it gets to my house. Um, and I'm not saying that's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like it does leave some of my older pieces to sort of sit and wait and be like, am I not pretty enough for you? I loved all the kits I worked on, would be a success for me. There you go. Beautiful finishes. Yeah. And that's it. I think that it's all very subjective. Um, but I think that getting finished with some of the things that were, in my older kits stash would be nice. I don't know what one I'm going to work on from Lazy River Craft. Maybe a Karen Yumi Lusted because I have a lot of those, and I do love me some Karen Yumi Lusted. Uh, so yeah, I might pull one of those out. It's going to be confetti heavy. I know that there may be glue issues or whatever, so I'm just going to work through the challenges. But I want to pull out some of those older kits this year. That will be success for me. Success is If the craft is bringing me joy and helping me stay clean, yes, I use this craft as an outlet along with my supports to help recover. If it's doing that's yeah, heck yeah. And that's just it. Like, just like you, Noelle, I started this hobby as a way of staying sober. And I feel like if I finish another year clean, then that's a success. That is definitely a success. That is a success on a massive scale. Boop, boop. Yeah, you're a success, Noelle. You are. You're kicking butt. Let's see. What word or theme do you want to guide your creative year in diamond painting? What word do you want to guide your creative year in diamond painting? Um, how about, oh no, anything but blue? No, because I will be doing some blue kits. Lots of them, I'm sure. Uh, unscheduled. That's the word that I want to guide my creative year in diamond painting. Unscheduled, unplanned. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I got. Big booty witches. Yeah. I'm kicking diamond butt and taking diamond names. That's right. This will only be my second full year diamond painting, and I've learned a lot in the past 2 years. This year, I just want to have fun. Yes, girls just want to have fun. Guys, too. Variety, that's a good word. Bling! Yes, Divine. Divine starting her bling journey, doing a great job on your first piece with regard to Dark Lilith. She looks amazing. Be still. Okay. Stillness is also a good word because there's a lot of ways to be still while also being very productive. And I think sometimes it's more about a stillness in the mind, patience, vibes. Go as the wind moves. Vibes is good. We like them words. We like them words. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Um, which artist do you have the most of in your stash? And do you want to add more add more from that artist in 2026 or try to work off some from that artist in 2026? So for me personally, um my obviously I have a butt ton of Moraleses and I feel like I work plenty of Moraleses, not just for this event, but even through the year. I'll pull out a Morales any time of the year. I don't care. It doesn't have to be just for event times. The other one that I know I have a bunch of in my stash is Chrysabug. And so I think what will end up happening is with those older kits that I want to work on, I'll end up working on some Chrysabugs too, just because they also fit into that category of being an older kit. So yeah, I would like to work off some of my older Chrysabugs this year too. I have a lot of Chrysabug in my stash. So yeah, Chrysabug is the artist for me that will be worked on. I already work on Morales's, so I know that dang it, I know that that is not going to be an issue. Like it she won't get ignored. Very targeted. I don't know what you mean. Divine, you're talented too. I helped guide you, but you did the work. Yeah, it is. It is beautiful. I agree. Having somebody to bounce ideas off of is great, but it sounds from what it sounds like, you came up with the most of it on your own. Looking at you starting your blinging year correctly. None of those. Any of those? No. Perfect. Margaret Morales and Yume. Ooh, okay. So, are there any specific ones from those artists that you really want to get to? You do Morales from other shops who have licenses. Yes, Mary, the one that I'm doing from DIY Moon Shop, Lullaby Touch. The only other shop that's ever had Margaret is DIY Moon Shop, and then she has some cross stitch conversions that you can pick up from Heaven and Earth Designs. But other than that, there are no other shops that have licensed Margaret Morales. So I do own a few DIY Moon Shop kits of Margaret's. And I have one cross stitch conversion that I've purchased, but I'm trying to make sure that I have my own spare drills for that first because that seems to be the most expensive, um, expensive investment where the I need something to put trash in. I don't have my trash container right here. Uh, yeah, that seems to be the largest investment when doing a cross stitch conversion, and I want to make sure that I have plenty of spares to be able to get it done. I'll always add more Morales to the collection, but I'd actually like to work off some of my Jamushkas. Jamushka, yeah, I have from her too, as well as Bear Brick Gia. That's Margaret Morales and Jamaica Murphy, and I'm going to start with the Jamaica soon. Okay. Yeah, more Yumes because they're big. Right. Margaret Morales with Ann Stokes second. Okay. Yeah. So as far as like which ones from that artist that I would like to work on, I think maybe because it's round, it would be Queen of the Underworld. That's her older version of Persephone, like that one and the Goddess of Spring are the older versions of her Persephone in light and dark, like, winter and summer. Um, I would like to work on one or both of those. I guess I have a stash, one, and it's Guerrero is the most fair. Micah Jelina's, yeah. Micah Jelina's. But I think those are the two from Chrisabug that I would like to get to this year because they qualify as old. I think the one is a square, so that's okay. But it's an older square, so it definitely it works. But yeah, I want to get at some of those older Chrysabugs this year. I think um with Bear Brick Gia, like a lot of those are a little bit like more recent. So I don't necessarily need to worry about getting at those, but Jamushkas, I do have some of the older ones like Flower Mermaid. I would like to get at Flower Mermaid as well this year and get that one finished and out of the way. I feel like that one's around also. I could be wrong. I could be totally off, but I think it's around. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Meh. Um, what about oh, let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading through. Ooh, which of the kits in your stash make you feel the most excitement or excite you the most when you look at them for working on? Which kit in your stash is, like, calling to you and gets you excited to work on it for 2026? Um, I am really super excited to work on my Prindle mystery, like, I keep looking at that one and going, "I can't wait until it's time to do the mystery DP along," like, really excited about that one. Um, I feel like I'm also excited to work on our DP along for January/February, which is, uh, the Mrs. Butter D Witch's Tea House. I'm really stoked about working on that one. I haven't even kitted it up yet. Noelle, I haven't kitted that one up yet. Um, no rush. I'm just giving you shit. But yeah, I want to work on Witch's Tea House. Like that one has got me real excited. But other than that, I can't think of any like in particular that are hollering at me from my closet. Like as I was putting things away, I definitely remember staring a couple of them down and being like, I'm gonna get you. Museum of Fairy Tales. Ooh, yeah. For non-DAC, I can't tell you how many times I pulled that Oraloa out to look at it and just kind of make decisions about that one because it's very cute. It's by Bayonet, and Bayonet has some really fantastic pieces. So I'm hoping that I can get at that Oraloa at some point this year. I don't see why I wouldn't, but only one stopping me is me. But I would definitely like to get at that one from non-DAC stuff. You're excited about many? Okay, well, name a couple, Abby. Paint the Stars. Okay, Paint the Stars is a good one, Liana. I have that one. And that's another one that's in my refresh your stash things. I almost gave that one away about 4 or 5 times. Okay. That one was destined to go to Marianne's house more times than I can possibly number. Uh, like over and over and over, I went, do I want to send this to Marianne? Am I ready to give this one away? Like, I don't know if I can't. It's the fact that it's a horse, what's a Pegasus, but it also has rainbow and like, hard to part with. Beachcomber's Bounty. Yes, your owls, Nemesis. That one's beautiful. Nemesis is really beautiful. Calling to you. I really want to see uh okay, so if you have these in your stashes, I won't call you out by name or anything because I don't want you to feel put on. You have to do it. But you know who you are if you have this in your stash. Liberty leading the people. I would love to see something happen with that this year from Lazy River Crafts. If anybody has any art and soul specific not Ultramar, Serendipity the artist. I don't know of too many people who have any Serendipity the artist. I know I missed so freaking many of them from Art and Soul. I'm so bummed because nobody can get Serendipity to sign on anywhere else, and it's a bummer. Um, I would really love to see some Serendipity the artists getting done. Ultramar from any company that she's with or has been with. I'd love to see more Ultramar getting worked on. Yeah, you heard me, Sarah. If you are struggling really hard on a decision, maybe it's meant for you to do. Oh, well, I know, Marianne. I know. Steely Strawberry Fae. Yes. The art by Julia Mystery. And your first kit from Mystical Dream Diamonds. Abby, I would also like to see that get worked on for sure. I'm excited to get my Talk to the Snakes canvas. That's the pink one, right, Kath? It is the year of the horse. You are right. Don't feel put upon. But do it. Kid it up. Give it some kid up love. That's all. You don't even have to work on it. Just kid it up. Make like you're gonna. Um, I would like to see more Ultramar, more Serendipity the artist, and more Karen Yumi Lusted, actually. And I mean, yeah, okay, I can do some Karen Yumi Lusted. I have some of those. I have a couple from Ultramar, but those are the only two that I have. So it's like I'm not trying to work my only two Ultramars that I have. And right now, I don't even know whether or not she's going to be still available from like Bella. I'm not certain. I'm not certain what's going on with that. I'm like, I'm nervous that I'm never going to see Ultramar again. I'm going to miss all of these pieces. I will cry. I will literally cry. I miss her because I need Serendipity the artist to get signed somewhere. It's vibes here. I got you. It is the pink one. That one is cute. That one is very cute. Very, 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 very cute. But yeah, calling all Karen Yumi Lusted, Ultramar, and Serendipity fans out there. Get some of those done for me, would you? Yeah, Jade has a few. Right. It's like that's the hard part is money. And honestly, like this can sound really weird. I'm I'm actually I'm not super excited about the pieces that Bella and Jade have of Ultramar. So it's like there's a couple like I think it's Poisson, the yellow fish one from Ultramar. I like that one because like Ultramar, she loves a fish of all different kinds of colors. She's got blue fish, yellow fish, cotton candy fish. She's got fish. I like those. But there's a few over at Jade that like they're not necessarily to my taste of like the Ultramar stuff. I like the Ultramar stuff that's like galaxy or colorful. I tend to like the portrait ones versus the ones where like you see the whole body or scene. Ultramars, like those aren't really my super favorites. I only have two Ultramar and two Karen Yumi Lusted, so that's you, Chief. Damn it. Damn it. I know. I do have a lot of Karen Yumi Lusted, so those ones I wouldn't feel bad pulling out at all. At all. But the Ultramars, man, I need to go find some more Ultramar fans out there and be like, yo, work on these, would you? I don't think I've ever seen um I think I've ever seen anybody else really do any Ultramar unboxings. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. And now that Enabler's Outpost is gone, there's not like Karen Yumi Lusted in the States, I don't think. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but she was the last one who had Karen Yumi Lusted in the States, right? Oh, that's a bummer. Need to finally get my hands on Cherryuki this year. Yeah. Um, so Cherryuki would be some good finishes too. For sure, for sure. Like to see some more Cherryuki get pulled out. That would be nice. I mean, I know that her kits are not going to be the hand rendered ones necessarily. There's a couple, but would like to see some more of that too. Anyways, all right. I am going to call it a night for the live stream, anyways. I will be heading over to Discord if people want to go there, join up, hang out, chill with us. You are welcome to do that. but the time is nearing to close enough to 9:30 at this point for me to call it an evening. I hope that you guys had fun hanging out. I enjoy myself every time. I will be back on Saturday, of course. And then for those of you who are curious and you're looking for I just realized something. Okay, so there's these before I go, there's these knobs in the top of it. And I was like, what's that for? It's so that you can set your tray on top of it because there are these little nodes on the bottom. So you can actually set your tray lid underneath your tray and it won't be like it just sits there. Look at that. See, now that is super handy. It's not magnetized or anything, but you can just set it on there. Ooh. Ephemera 3D, man, always thinking, I tell you. But yeah, if you were looking for the drop from Grateful Pop, please watch the Discord and Facebook groups for further announcements on that. He's been feeling not well, and so there will be a reschedule. So keep an eye out. I will let you know as soon as I know anything. But other than that, I thank you all for being here and for answering fun questions with me. You got 3 squares done. Well done, Divine. Well done. And yeah, I hope that I will see you on Saturday for the live stream. And as ever, y'all, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours, that you're having a terrific morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, I'll see you guys next time.